the world's highest security prison. See, got the most evil are kept here. The most evil, chat. He said the most evil. The most evil, chat. They ain't never seen
What
a
you
nigga
see
like
behind
me.
me is the world's strictest
Like
and
me.
largest prison. This
I'm
mega
good.
prison has a capacity
I'm
of
for the chat.
40,000. Prisoners here are the most unsafe people you can even imagine. How many people's lives?
Damn.
Is it 5 or 10? How many?
More than 50.
MS-13 and many other gangs. These are animals. These aren't people.
They're psychopaths, sociopaths, the kind of people we have here.
We're about to see the worst of the worst.
Welcome to SOCAILS, the world's largest prison by capacity in El Salvador, which was constructed to imprison the highest profile criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out. How you gonna come out of this?
The reason why this small country of 6 million needs the largest prison is the gangs. Once dominating the country, these gangs faced a dramatic crackdown
Hold on,
March
Chad.
2020.
Hold on, man. Look at this gay nigga in the back, bro. I know he be taking some booty cheeks in this bitch, bro. Look at his ass in the back, smiling and shit, looking at the little Mexican boy walking at me. I know they all Mexican, but like,
crackdown starting
he
in March
look at
2022.
that. Who that nigga walking in? Hold on.
Under President Nayib Bukele's
Trying to pull some
administration,
boondoggle
over
shit on his ass.
70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's adult
can't even do
population,
that, how
were
locked down
arrested
this
within
shit
just
is.
16 months. Buses transported thousands of chained gang members to SOCAILS in a tightly coordinated nighttime operation. Sitting one behind the other, heads lowered, they looked like a single mass. Surrounded by armed guards, none of them dared to resist commands. Their life has changed in a day. In this documentary, we will interview one of them, one of the most ruthless gang leaders, known by the nickname Psycho.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
Built in 2022, this massive prison is made up of 8 separate modules spread over 410 acres of land. Each pair of modules is enclosed by 2 separate 3-meter-high walls with razor wire. The entire facility is surrounded by a towering 9-meter-high wall with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers are ensuring nothing escapes notice. The entire design doesn't just prevent escape, it erases the very idea of it. Hello.
Hello, we have permission from the presidency.
The soldiers stopped us. We're hoping this will be the last checkpoint. The jammers blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer radius of SOCAILS, completely cutting off all communication. Over 600 soldiers work only to secure the perimeter.
I think they could do some chopper shit,
all of our belongings here.
Was that El Chapo's son?
We will only carry our cameras.
I don't know who
and
did it, but put a
microphones,
bike
that's
under the tunnel and shit.
Pass slowly.
And made that nigga escape on some shit.
Look at the camera. The body scan.
I forgot my wedding ring on.
Well, that needs to be put away over there.
This high-capacity X-ray scanner even shows bones and
bro,
internal
I can tell
organs.
that's not no Mexican
it's
nigga,
used
so
to
merge
scan
they got.
newcomers, ensuring no one tries to sneak in anything forbidden on their body before entering.
The inmates used to swallow some objects, or they would try to bring them.
They got translators that's like dubbing over and shit. That's fire. I fuck with that. I'm finna like this video because of that.
And not only that,
W video gang, whoever this nigga is.
Thorough body search has been
Ruhi,
conducted.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce that.
Take off your shoes.
I'm not gonna try to.
They even inspected inside our socks.
They got
It
some
took us
dub
around 1
actors
hour
over that
just to
bitch.
pass through security, even though we were invited as media after months of applying.
Guards are wearing masks because they're doing a risky job here. So if they get identified, it might be riskier for them to go to town centers because these gangs, they have a lot of connections. So they have to keep their identity secret. Why don't you wear a mask?
I have to talk to them face to face, looking them in the eye. They already know who I am.
We're in the registration room. This area is for inmates only. When a criminal is captured on the street, they don't carry ID or give their real name. That's why their fingerprints and photographs are taken here to enroll in the system. Once they become a permanent part of SOCAILS, the inmates lose all contact with loved ones for the rest of their lives, as family visits are strictly forbidden. It's also important to note that a small number of innocent people were mistakenly imprisoned during the big crackdown. Because of the no-contact policy, their families have no idea where they are or if they are still alive. For some, this documentary could be their first chance to see a missing loved one. Before entering the modules where the inmates are, we visit the armory of the prison. This section is a must in case of possible riots, and these convicts are the most unsafe people on Earth.
The type of firearm we use is a T65 rifle, similar to the M16 rifle.
I know, nigga.
We also have this other firearm, which is a 12-gauge shotgun. A Sig Sauer rifle allows us to maneuver in spaces that are too tight to move.
Whenever criminals are arrested and dragged to the bus, various cuffs and chains are used to restrict their movements and minimize the risk of harm to officers.
Has there ever been a riot?
So far, there have been no escape attempts. We have the worst of the worst within criminal organizations here.
The riot gear consists of a head protection, a face shield, neck protection, an anti-trauma vest, leg protectors, shin guards, and of course, a shield.
Generally, in the prisons, we see inmates invent any kind of handmade weapon, like awls or knives.
They are fully protected. You can see how he protects his feet. Since this prison is so large, we have to hop on this bus. We are entering the module area.
To keep the country safe, 1,000 staff members work inside SOCAILS.
It is impossible, but let's just imagine that an inmate get out of the fortress. These pebbles that you see are put here intentionally because when they walk on these pebbles, it works like an alarm system. It makes a noise, they cannot sneak away.
Have they tried to escape? No. Could they try? Difficult, because they would have to go through a series of security rings.
SOCAILS was built with its own infrastructure in an isolated area, including an electrical and sewage system to prevent external interference. In case of an electricity cut or water supply issue, the cisterns and power plants will maintain operations for up to a week.
I'm so excited. We're gonna be face to face with the most dangerous criminals in the world. It is pretty tense. We are entering one of the modules now.
You are seeing the third and fourth modules next to each other. An offender who enters one of these buildings never exits through these doors. In a few steps, we'll be surrounded by more than 2,500 inmates.
Damn. That's just one module.
It's like stepping in the middle of controlled chaos.
Well, my head thinking about some Blue Lock shit. I love Blue Lock so much, bro. That shit's so tough. Bro, I'm just thinking about like maybe like the innocent niggas that like that might actually be there, that not gang members or some shit. Like I feel bad for dumb niggas.
There's so many of them.
I know they probably getting dumb shit.
I'm speechless. I can't help but
every
feel
night,
unease.
bro.
All of them wear white shirts,
like
shorts,
every night.
Slippers. They don't have any other belongings.
Most are barely out of their early 20s and convicted of serious offenses. Even the most infamous criminals in history have an average of 20 to 30 proven victims. But here, some of the inmates are responsible for hundreds of innocent people's lives.
Can I ask the inmates something?
No. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
If they try to communicate with me now, what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to allow them. They know from them.
Nah, those tats are crazy, bro. These niggas got the craziest shit tatted, bro.
I'm curious to know which of these group leaders I'll be interviewing.
Like, these niggas not human, bro. They talking about they killing innocent motherfuckers and shit like gang.
Without the bars between us, everyone knows exactly what could happen. There are 32 cells in every one of the 8 modules making up the mega prison. Each cell holds around 80 inmates, but the number can go as high as 150. Despite not being at full capacity, the inmates only have 0.5 square meters of personal space each. Prisoners do not have any ventilation rights or courtyards to walk outside their cell.
Each inmate here
that nigga beating his dick? What the fuck? Why they had to blur that off?
You can even imagine in your life.
He probably was on some shit.
Change that. All these inmates,
like, bro, look at this nigga right here, bro. Like, bro, like this nigga probably most definitely one of the innocent niggas that like don't be in this gang shit, bro. And then he just like unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, in the bitch and can't get out. Like, what the fuck? He probably getting his cheeks taken crazy, bro.
They will never see sunlight.
Like never
the
know.
only
Probably
people
like
are authorized to
balls on some shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Are the personnel and sometimes media like us. They will never ever leave this building. If you see their look, you can see the emptiness in their soul. They don't have any hope towards future. They
bro.
look very robotic. Their life is so monotone.
This open corner is their toilet area.
That low-key should make these niggas play Squid
They
Game
have
on
like
some
2
shit.
toilets
Be
for
like,
80 inmates. It's
whoever
literally
last get to go for
humiliating
free.
that these inmates, like their
But they
whole
capping on some
confidence
shit.
is disciplined here.
The same place where they use the toilet is also where they take showers. To clean
Nah, that's
themselves, they use
crazy.
plastic dippers in a single shared basin. There's no running water in the cells, so the prisoners have to rely on one blue barrel for drinking water.
Where they sleep is
bro,
these
it's
metal
over,
bunks.
gang. Like,
No
I
pillow,
mean, this
no
the only
mattress.
chance for
Each
real, because he
prisoner
talking about
receives
like,
just the bare
if
essentials,
anybody that just
a white
went missing
sheet,
out of
a
nowhere,
uniform,
like this their
socks,
chance to, if
slippers,
they see them
and
in
a
this
towel.
video or something,
That's it.
contact,
The
you know what I'm
prisoners
saying?
spend their
Get in.
entire days on their 4-level bunk beds. They have stacked
Because I heard
tightly,
they
like
El
items
Salvador
stored in
after
a
like
warehouse.
they got
As
a good
part of
ass president
hygiene
now
and
and
order,
shit. Like
inmates
that's
are
why they
shaved
did all
every
this shit
2
and wrapped
weeks
up
by
all the gang
personnel.
members
Long
up.
hair
Like
or
their new
beards
president
aren't
is good
just
as fuck.
unhygienic, they can also hide sharp objects.
So they
Let's
might
take a
get
look.
some shit.
Take off your shirt and
Get
line
the
up
innocent
here.
ones
Now
on some
they are
shit.
taking their shirts off.
These inmates were once part of the MS-13 and Barrio 18 gangs, which controlled the neighborhoods of El Salvador. These two rival gangs spent years extorting money from locals and causing great suffering to Salvadorans.
There is Barrio 18, MS-13 gangs all together in one cell.
That's right, just like that. The entire module is the same. They all live like this.
Outside, entering each other's neighborhood could mean being torn apart.
That
Yet
nigga short
here,
as bitch.
they're side by side until their last breath.
How do they live without attacking one another?
They have to learn how to live together. Here, they are in a prison. They are not on the street.
Most of the inmates have tattoos covering their entire bodies, even including their faces, showing their loyalty structure. For MS-13,
Hey,
tattoos
wildin',
often
bro.
include initial letters or the number 13. Members of the other gang use symbols like 18 or 666, which add up to 18 and symbolize the devil, or they use Roman
Hey,
numerals.
wildin'.
Having gang tattoos on one's face is a clear sign that they
the
are one of the
fuck
most
you got
ruthless
dark
and
as fuck?
high-ranking members of the organization. Crossing paths with such a person on the street is the same as staring death in the face. A spiderweb tattoo represents being caught in the web of justice and serving a long prison sentence. The devil horns tattoo is a dark symbol that represents these individuals' worship of the devil. Some even claim that they carried out their
they
actions
wildin'.
under the devil's command. A teardrop
Wildin'.
tattoo signifies that the person has ended someone's life. The number of teardrops indicates how many lives they've taken. If there are 3 teardrops, it suggests that the tattoo's owner has taken so many lives that they've lost count. With the phrase "laugh now, cry later," these masks or clown tattoos send a clear message. Stay strong in the face of hardship now and deal with the consequences later.
Are all these people truly bad?
They're on another level, high-profile criminals who will never change their mentality.
If you look at the upside, there's a catwalk area.
Guards consistently watch over the inmates from this elevated spot above the cells. If anything suspicious occurs, they will intervene while an extensive network of cameras observes every corner 24/7, ensuring nothing goes unnoticed. The modules
Yeah,
are kept
ain't
lit
nothing
all
happening
day
in
and night
this
for
bitch.
monitoring. When the sun goes
At all.
down,
I
the
wonder-
lights
I wonder
stay
how much
on
the funding
all the
was,
time.
though.
They are constantly being observed. I think this is one of the hardest things. When they try to sleep, they use their towels and cover their eyes to block the light. Preacher here is teaching some of the important lessons from the Bible to the inmates. They're doing physical exercise over here. There's a trainer there. This is the only time these inmates get out of their cells.
These activities take place for a total of 1 hour per week, under the watch of
Damn,
armed guards.
only 1
For the rest
week?
of the time,
That's
they are
crazy.
locked inside. They used to
Deserved,
control
though.
the streets. Now, they can't even take a step with their free will.
It's a rotating schedule. There's not enough space, so they can't all go out on the same day.
Has there ever been a chaotic incident when these inmates were outside of their cells?
So far, nothing.
Whenever we focus the camera on a cell, we often catch a prisoner silently mouthing words. Even behind bars, gang members attempt to send orders to the outside. This prisoner was doing just that, but we censored him to block the message. Despite the crackdown,
Nah,
these groups
these
still hold
niggas is
significant
really
power
deep on
outside.
it.
Rumors suggest they have plans for taking revenge by targeting
really
innocent people.
deep
But in
on it.
response, the authorities threaten to impose even harsher measures on imprisoned members.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Like, bro, he was trying to send a message and shit. Now it's like, bro, they got him in this video, bro. In the prison, bro. Now the guards probably finna fuck this nigga up so crazy, bro. The guards probably finna go dummy on his ass extra, bro. for, you know what I'm saying, like, how dare you, you know what I'm saying, try to do some shit. You are a little bitch in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You be a little bitch. Don't be trying to send no messages to the outside. Bro, they finna probably go beat this nigga ass dummy after this, man. Bro, they probably already
Despite
did. This video came out 8 days
these
ago.
groups still hold significant power outside.
Like,
rumors suggest they have plans for taking revenge by targeting innocent people. But in response, the authorities threaten to impose even harsher measures on imprisoned members.
If they do that, there won't even be one meal in prison. I swear to God, they won't eat a grain of rice. Let's see how long their homeboys last inside.
Here they get 3 meal times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast
he said
is
a grain of
usually beans
rice.
and rice. For lunch,
So imagine
they get
just
white rice
one person
and
died,
pasta.
bro. Or
And dinner's pretty much the same. The only thing that changes
probably
is the
gotta be
drink.
more than one.
There's no nutritious food like chicken or meat. This is the lunch. It's rice, pasta, and 2 tortillas.
Does the menu vary from day to day?
No,
Is it the same every day?
it's always the same. It's for freshmen.
Okay. It's a sugary drink. I'm going to taste it for myself.
Inmates
Nah,
must eat with
for
their
real.
hands and clean their plates before returning them. With a diet lacking in protein, many likely suffer from nutritional deficiencies. Before starting our interview with an inmate, I want to show you one more place that is even more
I say
extreme
they
than
should
what
have
you've
got
seen
2
so
meals,
far.
bro. Only one probably.
Here we are in the isolation cell area.
Probably just get them niggas one a day
If
on some
inmates break a
shit.
rule, they can be sent to these isolation cells according to the legislation.
But they are still
The
human at
law
the end of the
gives
day,
me the
but
right to
I don't
keep
think
the
them niggas
prisoners in
human though, I ain't
isolation
gonna
for
lie.
up to 15 days. These cells have sealed doors. Through this grid, I can see them and identify who's inside. We serve food here, and we also use this space to put handcuffs on them before opening the door to move them from here to their cell.
Welcome to the isolation cell. If an inmate
Probably
misbehaves,
nobody has
this
ever
is
been
where
in
he
there
ends
yet,
up. He won't
bro.
know the time or how much longer he'll be kept inside.
Probably
For
forever
days
on some
or
shit.
even weeks, he sleeps on this concrete bed without ever leaving. They are cut off from the outside world, left alone with nothing but their thoughts.
This is where they
I say keep
supply
that nigga
their
in there
water.
forever if he tries
There's
some
a
shit.
water basin here. They take their water here, and this is where they pee.
The basin for drinking water and the toilets are located side by side. The toilet looks recently used and dirty, suggesting that this cell has recently been used.
Merch.
The only light they have is this little hole that barely lets the sunshine in. This openness is also the sole source of fresh air.
What is the most challenging thing about isolation room, according to you?
Inside, you don't even see your hands. So when someone is isolated, it is necessary for them to have something, a book, anything, to keep their mind clear. But here, they don't have access to any of that. No matter how tough a criminal is, this kind of isolation breaks them. This is necessary for the type of offenders that we have
Nah,
here.
for
People who
real.
once played God by deciding who would live and who wouldn't live deserve the worst punishment. We don't show them mercy. They can ask for forgiveness. May God forgive them. But here, justice must be served for so many victims.
That
It's the least they
boy
deserve.
Now we're going to
preaching.
interview the inmate known as Psycho. He has a 34-year criminal history and has spent the last 25 years
But I
as
say,
a
if
high-ranking
they get,
member of
like,
an
get out of
organization.
place, bro. Keep
10
them in
minutes. You only have 10
isolation
minutes.
forever, bro.
12
Like,
guards
dang.
are barely enough to ensure the safety around this inmate.
Remove the mask.
What is your name?
My name is Marvin Ernesto Medrano Vasquez.
How old are you?
Long
I'm
ass
41
name.
years old.
You don't look 41. You look younger, like 35.
That's a good thing that you told me because I feel old.
Can I see your tattoos?
I'm at 13.
When did you join this crime organization?
In 2004, but I started my criminal record since I was 11 years old.
How did you first become involved?
When somebody's born with just a mom and the mom is working, you look for the streets. You look for somebody to help you out. I said, oh, my mom's poor, I need some shoes, I need some clothes, and I started robbing. Then I need a father figure because I didn't grow up with my father. And then I looked the group
That's
of
how them
gangs.
gang
Then
members get
I did
niggas, bro.
a
They target kids without
homicide,
fathers
And I
and
came right
shit.
here to El Salvador, trying to change my life, but I seen that there were more gangs right here, and I started doing the same thing I did upstate, and I got locked up. I've always been one of them persons that wanted to accomplish the things that they put in their mind, and I accomplished everything I had to do right here. But I'm right here. This is how the devil pays the people.
Is it true that to join this crime organization, you need to end someone's life?
Yeah.
But the first one must be one of your relatives, right?
Yeah, because you got to gain territory for your gang. I lost my mom, my dad, my son, everything right here because of the gangs. When I could be with my family, upstate, the United States, a better life. But you know, we took wrong decisions, and this is the cause of this. That's why I tell the youth, go to school, listen to your mom, listen to your dad. Don't live this life that we live right here. There's no way out.
Family member is genuinely insane.
Is it 5 or 10? How many?
No, if you talk about what you used to do in the jails after, it probably get a few more than 50. You gotta do it sometimes.
How did you become cold-blooded and merciless in time?
I can't really respond you with that question.
How do you feel about not seeing your family forever since you're in SOCAILS?
I feel bad because I seen my son the last time when he was 5 years old, and he's 21 years old right now. I want to see him. I want to tell him, hey, don't do the same things that your dad did. Look for a good life.
People who have fallen victim because of you will never see their loved ones again. You will also never see your family. How do you cope with emotions like missing someone?
I feel bad. Sometimes, like I tell you, I lay down on my bed and I think a lot of things, and sometimes I cry.
What is your motivation to stay alive here?
To one day change my life and look for God in my life, and I tell God, hey, forgive me because I did some things.
Okay.
Now ain't the time to look for God, gang.
Finally, we see the sunlight. Honestly, SOCAILS is a place you will never wish to end up in, even as a visitor. But for the people who victimized Salvadorans, it is now their forever home. These criminals took the innocent people's right to live, and now they're paying for it. The Salvadorian government's message is clear. Crime is no longer tolerated, and the punishment is severe.
El Salvador once had the highest rate of livestock due to widespread chaos. During its peak, 104 out of every 100,000 people lost their lives in a single year. Previous administrations agreed to a truce with these groups, but this couldn't bring lasting order. Although the current government's methods are controversial, by 2023, the number dramatically dropped to 2.4 per 100,000 people, placing El Salvador among the safest countries in the world for the first time.
So far, the results are undeniable. Peace has returned to the neighborhoods. But what about those who were wrongfully imprisoned? Is it true justice or way to control chaos? Are we seeing a lasting solution or just a temporary fix? For now, the answer remains unclear, and the world continues to watch. Thank you for watching this documentary.
4 or 5 years,
See you
I
in
think.
the next one. Don't forget
I think it's been a solution by now, gang.
Was here.
But we'll see in like for another 5-10 years. But W video though. But that nigga said he had to kill his own family members, bro. Like that shit was genuinely crazy. But W video, bro, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie, that was tough, bro.